Now, some people may say that doubling of abundance every 20 years is too slow, but this is where at least a cursory understanding of history is very important. People need to understand that Homo sapiens has been around for 300,000 years, and our standard of living was stagnant for tens or even hundreds of thousands of years. Nothing has changed. Exactly the same amount of food and resources that your parents could buy, you would be able to buy, your children would buy. So by historical standards, the kind of appreciation in abundance, the kind of doubling of abundance of 20 years is actually, well, it's close to a miracle.
It is a miracle. It's unparalleled. And it is really important to drive that point home. I mean, people think that they tend to think of change in human societies as the norm. And that is in some sense true compared to animal societies, which just don't change at all. I mean, a grizzly now is exactly the same as a grizzly was 60,000 years ago for all intents and purposes. But, even in very technologically advanced cultures like ancient Egypt, which was a much faster developing country, let's say, society than the typical Stone Age society, there are periods of time in the Egyptian archaeological record that exceed 1,000 years where there's zero evidence of any technological change whatsoever. And so there are, and then if you go back, let's say, to so-called Stone Age civilizations, there's good anthropological evidence for the persistence of some rituals which left a certain archaeological mark. Persistence of those rituals unchanged over a 20,000 year period. So the rule in biological systems is lack of change at the cultural level. And even among human societies, generally speaking, rates of change are unbelievably slow. And so for people to say, well, doubling every 20 years isn't fast enough, it's like, well, A, compared to what? And the other thing to think about is, well, how fast a doubling do you think we can stand? Because some of that is, I know you think, well, oh no, we're getting prosperous too fast. Isn't that a problem? If that's a problem you need to have, if you have to have a problem. But it is challenging, because our society is changing so rapidly now, it's actually hard for people to keep up with it.